Welcome to the Waconia Ice Arena, everybody. Happy Thursday evening. About to get started. Waconia Wildcats taking on the Chaska Chanhassen Stormhawks in a back-to-back game matchups. We got the JV going first. Looks like we'll have Scarlett Smith taking the net for the Wildcats. Kristen Strozak, Sylvia Berger, and Raven Brink. Forwards with Grace McLean and Addie Clemens at D, and the puck drops. We're underway. Berger cycles the puck back to McLean. McLean's gonna look up ice, gets it in the neutral zone to Brink. Brink to Strozak. Berger has it, little toe drag move. Berger holds on to the puck. Brink skated it down into the slot, and the puck is below the goal line. Another pass by Brink out front. McLean on the pinch, puck is gonna bounce up in the air and got just the blue line, held in and carried out. Here's the Stormhawks and across into Wildcat territory. Puck poke checked away. Here's Kristen Strozak. Puck poke checked away. Stormhawks are going to be in ahead of the puck, offsides. The stoppage at 14:10. The first period just getting underway here on a Thursday night matchup. Stormhawks against the Wildcats. Sydney Schneider on the draw for Waconia. Ellie Simonson trying to disrupt the puck. Here's a shot on goal, save. Puck comes to the point, shipped down from the tops of the circles. Number 20, Ara Pena with the puck. To escape with it in the corner, has Sydney Schneider step in to pick up a loose puck, and Schneider turns up from the goal line. Pass gets deflected in front of the Waconia bench. Stormhawks cycle the puck to the point. Here's a shot. Blocked by Simonson, taken out of the zone by Addison Smith. Strozak stepping back on the ice. Yeah, sorry folks if the audio is a little bit muted. Here's a chance for the Stormhawks. Negated, puck goes to the corner. Berger picks it up, pass off the wall to Strozak. Strozak looks the puck protect. She's gonna drop it off for Berger. Strozak was in the zone, she'll have to tag up. Puck's gonna come back into the Wildcats' end. Here's Addie Clemens. Able to evade a couple attackers. Loose puck to McLean. And out of the zone. Stormhawks dump. Clemens will go back to retrieve for Waconia. Puck just gets out into the neutral zone. Number 13, Addie Clemens. Trying to set something up for the Wildcats. Just Strozak attacking at the moment. The Wildcats getting the change. Puck's going to come back in the neutral zone. Clemens looking for some space. Puck gets poke checked away, and Clemens runs into a tower of a player in the corner. I believe that's Avon Schumacher. Good hustle by Smith. Wildcats may be able to spring something up. A couple players run into each other in the neutral zone, and back check by Ellie Simonson. Sid Schneider. Gonna be a shot on net. Puck deflected in the corner and played up to the blue line. Good pinch by Pena. Puck played into the corner by the Stormhawks. Breakout pass picked off by Pena. Stormhawks able to gain possession, exit the zone. Good poke check by Leah Britz. Puck's going to get picked up by Sid Schneider. Played into the neutral zone. She'll go off for a shift. Berger has the puck. Turned in the neutral zone. Puck gets poke checked away on a back check. Played off the glass. Player gets upended for a Chaska Chan. Here comes Leah Britz. Britz from the tops of the circles. Cuts to the middle. Shot on net. Didn't quite make it, got blocked, went to the sidewall. Here's Strozak in the corner. Up in the center. Raven Brink along the side of the net. Centering pass got picked off, and Chaska Chan is off to the races. Centering pass doesn't quite make it to the net front. That one does. Here's a shot and a goal. The trailer for Chaska Chan just came in. Nobody covered her up, and just a quick little pass out front and a shot, and the Stormhawks jump out to a 1-0 lead. 10:27 left in the first period. The Wildcats are going to counter with Schneider, Smith, and Simonson. Clemens and McLean at D. Clemens on the back check, able to be disruptive enough to get the loose puck to head down below the goal line to McLean. McLean's pass doesn't connect. Wildcats, or Stormhawks, chip deep. Puck plays to the corner. Simonson steps down to help the defense. Here's Schneider. Puck poke checked away. McLean following the play, gets it ahead to Simonson. A strong back check out of the Stormhawks, just keeping the Wildcats from getting too deep into the zone. Puck's going to be dumped in by Smith. All three Wildcat forwards will change. Strozak on the attack, going to cut to the middle. Puck poke checked away. Pena pinches. Pass to the middle to Berger. Going backwards, got a little tripped up on her edges. Here comes Schumacher. Here's pass a poke check by Britz. Pass to the middle, just beyond her teammate. Tie up by Raven Brink on the wall. Strozak steps in to help. Down below the goal line, Leah Britz for the Wildcats picks it up behind the net. Just going to play a puck off the wall to Sylvia Berger. Berger, good cross-ice pass to Brink. Bounce off Brink's stick, and that's going to be dumped in and icing on the Stormhawks. Wildcats will get an offensive zone face-off. If they can get this draw one and set something up in the O-zone. Schneider, Simonson, and Smith again. Tie up by Schneider off the draw. Puck recovered by the Stormhawks. Addie Clemens taking away the ice of her opponent. Creates a turnover. Clemens spinning back, looking at options. A pass in the corner to McLean. McLean backhands it up the wall to Simonson. Simonson to, looks like Addie Smith. Here comes Smith. Shot just wide of the net, nice low shot. Freeing up the side wall. And a zone exit for the Stormhawks. Chip in, Smith will play it into the corner. Here's Arapena creating some space. Pass to her partner, Addie Clemens. Puck intercepted by number 4 for Chaska Chan. Nice cut to the middle. Shot, backhand saves Smith, and get a stoppage at 7:57 left in the first. Puck drops. Loose puck carried away by Pena. Pena dodging and weaving, able to find Britz. Britz passes ahead to Berger. Berger got smoked into the wall really hard. Stick ended up down in front of the bench for the Stormhawks. Berger's going to go retrieve it herself. Looks like she's good to go, and no worse the wear. I think when you draw a penalty like that, it means you get to score the goal. Wildcats will go on the power play. Getting our operation and finally. Long games. Thanks for bearing with us, folks. I think we do have better audio now. Hopefully we can get a mic check in here, and microphone hand delivered from home, courtesy of Holly. Thank you, dear. Get an offsides in front of the Wildcat bench.
25, Madison Roberts.
Minute 40 remaining on the checking penalty to Madison Roberts for the Stormhawks. Stormhawk players will head into the Wildcat end. They are shorthanded. Wildcats on the power play. McLean will move the puck out in the neutral zone, met at the red line, and kick sent back in. Here come the Stormhawks. They'll cut to the middle. Attack negated by Clemens. Here's a pass to the point. Cross-ice pass doesn't connect. Clemens had her player tied up. Nice pass off the wall by Schneider. Through the feet of Smith. Referee said there was a touch, so no ice. Pinch by number 16, Grace McLean. Centering pass got deflected away, played back up the wall. McLean can get to it. Wildcats still on the power play for another 57 seconds. And there's a clear by the Stormhawks. And they'll get to it first. Centering pass off of McLean's skates. Nobody there to collect it anyways. Errant pass through the neutral zone, and another dump by the Stormhawks. Pena back to pick up the puck. Puck blades right off the toe of her stick. Finds its way to Brits, though, and Brits plays it ahead in the neutral zone. And Brits is going to pinch, play it up the wall to Brink. And Strozak steps in, picks up a loose puck. Has Berger going to the middle. Here's a shot by Strozak. Going for the short angle. Goalie stayed tight on the post and got the freeze. Five's on the clock here in the first period. 5:55 remaining. Fritz will play the puck down below the goal line. It'll rim around the wall to Berger. Berger passes to Pena. Here's Pena's shot. Tipped to the corner by Strozak. Centering pass by Brink to Strozak and a goal. Strozak puts the equalizer home. Beautiful pass by Raven Brink, threading the needle to find Strozak out front. And she connected on it. We are back up to par, new game. That will go down in the books as a power play goal. Strozak keeping the party going. Moved it to Brink. Brink had Berger just in the head of the play. In the neutral zone face-off. Wildcats will change up their forwards. So we'll have Smith, Schneider, and Simonson coming out. Wildcats rolling with two lines tonight. Schneider wins the draw to Simonson. Simonson cycles back to McLean. McLean to Smith, and Smith will dump. Puck rimmed up the wall to the Stormhawk forward. Pulls McLean out in the neutral zone. McLean cross-ice pass to Smith. Schneider stepping into support. Another stoppage. That one played off of a player on the bench's head. Get our puck back, and I think since it was a player from Chaska that put it into the bench, we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Wildcats. Here comes Schneider. Ties up off the draw. She'll play it back to Pena. Pena was able to hold the zone. Plays it off the wall to Simonson. Smith stepping in to support the puck. Pass got intercepted, hung up on the sidewall. Plays to the corner. Sid Schneider. Pass to the point, picked off. Stormhawks going to be icing. Smart play, but it's a little bit too much mustard on that pass for number 10 for CCHA. Kristen Strozak on the draw for Waconia. Backhand move, wins it back to Brits. Brits plays it low to Berger. Picked up on the wall by Chaska Chan. Carried back into the zone, going to be another offsides. Get our defensemen changed up. Clemens and McLean coming out to take their turn. Berger emerges from the pile. She's going to go wide. Looking to turn the corner. Pinned in the corner and has Strozak stepping in to help. Berger stays with it. Saucer pass deflected by McLean, and that's going to go through the neutral zone and into the Wildcat end. Another ice. Both teams trying to settle into the flow of the game. Get our forwards coming out. New line. We'll have Simonson, Schneider, and Smith. Puck drops, carried out of the zone by the Stormhawks. Push through the neutral zone, give me another offsides. A savvy move by Schneider off the draw to win it through the opposing center's feet. It's a pinch by Clemens and another offsides. This is, I don't know if we're going for a record tonight or something, but it's like in a 2-minute span, I think we've had 5 offsides. Good remedy to that is to get it on the other side of the blue line and just keep the opponents deep in their end. Poke check by Brits, able to force a turnover, plays it off the wall. Brits keeps her feet moving. It's to come back for the puck. Oh my God. I feel like the last 5 minutes has taken about a month. Here we go. Strozak lining up for the Wildcats. Tie up off the drop. Puck comes back over the blue line. Carried across the red line by Strozak. Strozak, left-handed shot, driving wide on her forehand side. Meets the opposition and breakout successful by the Stormhawks. There's Pena stepping up in the play. Intercepted the pass. Loose puck to Brink. Here's Brink's shot. Fluttered into down below the goal line. And the Stormhawks pass through the neutral zone. Load up a shot. Blocked by McLean. Puck comes up the wall. Turnover by Strozak. And here's a pass by Clemens to McLean. McLean will headman the puck to Strozak. Met at the blue line by an attacking number 10 for CCHA. Puck's going to go off the back wall to Clemens. Clemens trying to find Brink up the wall. Brink able to get it out of the zone. Strozak will peel off for a shift. Puck bouncing back and forth between both teams. Stormhawks able to get possession. Chance for Simonson. Good play to force a turnover, get a puck out in the neutral zone. Has Schneider. Schneider loads up a shot high off the glass, and that's going to make it to the blue line, but chipped back in by Smith. Schneider plays the puck up the wall to Brink. Brink is going to throw it towards the net, ends up in the corner. Addie Smith on the tie-up. Ritz chips the puck deep. Simonson meets it halfway. Puck comes up the wall, skated out by the Stormhawks. They'll chip off the glass. Cross into Wildcat territory. Pass picked off by Schneider. Here comes Sid. Simonson back to Schneider. And Stormhawks poke check, and they're out of the zone. Nice cut to the middle. Scarlett Smith, goaltender for the Wildcats, able to track that puck sliding in and gets a stoppage play with 53 seconds left in the first. Number 21, sophomore Strozak. Wins the draw to the wall. Collected by the Stormhawks. Here's a pass to the point. Shot. Saved by Scarlett Smith. Collected by Clemens and passed up the wall to Brink. Here's Brink. Brink's pass to the middle is behind Strozak, but played in a good spot. Played out of the zone by the Stormhawks. And Clemens forces a turnover. McLean battling against Schumacher. McLean passes it ahead to Strozak. Strozak to Brink. Comes Raven Brink looking to the middle to Strozak. Brink takes a shot. Rebound was almost there for Strozak. The player lost an edge. Strozak will pick up the loose puck. Pass back to McLean. McLean will throw it on the net and get a stoppage. All tied up late in the first. Just enough time on the clock to get a face-off. 5 seconds. Puck comes to the wall. Looks like we won't get a shot off in time. Buzzer will sound. That'll do it for the first period. All knotted up. Even matchup here. I believe both these teams met about a month or so ago. And if I remember correctly, it was a real close game for both JV and varsity. But the Wildcats, I think they came out on top in both games. Just about get started for the second period. Thank you for tuning in. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Garage Bar and Bowl, home of many Waconia Hockey Association safety meetings and all that good stuff. Thank you for your support. Get a look at our Wildcat varsity team. About to start their warm-ups, I believe, in between the second and third period. The JV game. Wildcats will start off with Strozak at center, Berger and Schneider at wings, Grace McLean and Addie Clemens at D. Berger crosses into the Stormhawk zone, keeps her feet moving. Backhand attempt, puck is still loose. Strozak got a shot at it. Wildcats starting the second period. Coming out of the gates with their hair on fire, looking good. drops, and the referee wants to start that one over. Here, take two. Puck drops. Strozak won it back. The forward knifing off of the faceoff. Picked up the loose puck, met by Clemens. Puck hung up at the blue line. Berger on the back check, able to get possession momentarily. And the Stormhawks will dump and chase. McLean short pass to Clemens. Pass up the wall, off of the wall from Berger to Schneider. Schneider's pass and Strozak skates, kicks it forward. Stormhawks possess, a little mishandle of the puck. Berger stays with it, has Strozak on the attack. It's like Ella Brockmeyer on the ice. Moves behind the net and into the corner, looking at options. She's going to pass up the wall to Britz. Here's Britz's shot, blocked. Brink will pick it up behind the net. Wraparound attempt is going to bounce behind the net. And Brooklyn Hen coming onto the ice. Pena will hustle back, has one pursuer. This tight move from the net. Pass finds Hen. Hen plays it into the zone. And back out by the Stormhawks. Kamatka shot going to be just wide of the net. Centering pass going to go through the crease and travel up to the point. Kamatka's shot going to be wide of the net. Puck into the corner. Looks like Hen's playing forward for us for the Wildcats tonight. Or playing center, I should say. She is a forward. And looking in the direction of Brockmeyer. Plays across the ice, picked up by Kamatka's shot, going to be wide of the net. Brink got it across the blue line. Brooklyn Hen picks up the puck in the neutral zone. Brooklyn Hen driving wide, gets upended. It's going to draw a penalty. 12:34 left in the second. Wildcats get a chance to pull ahead and flex some muscle on the power play. Power play will be Josie Petz, Addie Smith, Ellie Simonson with Olivia Seraphin and Addie Clemens at the point. A couple of good shots if they can win that puck back. Played out of the zone by the Stormhawks. Seraphin collects, ships into the zone. There'll be a jump in, a clear by the Stormhawks. Clemens will hustle back and pick it up. Plays it up the wall to Petz. Petz fanned on it, but stays with it. Clemens following the play, crosses the blue line, loads up a shot, pad save, rebound right in front of the net. And here's a shot, chance by Smith. Puck just mishandled by the goaltender. The rebound was there. Wildcats almost getting the go-ahead goal. Puck drops, clearing attempt, met on the sidewall by McLean. Schneider spinning with the backhand. Here's a pass to the point. McLean goes cross ice to Britz. Britz pass low. Play to the opposite corner to Schneider. Schneider holding it on the wall, gets it to McLean. McLean corrals the puck, shot on net. Tip is going to go wide of the net. Clearing attempt, has enough to skip over the blue line. Wildcats go for the tag up. Smart play by Berger, get her forwards to tag up, but that poke check brings the puck back out in the neutral zone. Strozak's pass in the middle, just out of the reach of Brockmeyer. Back check by Brockmeyer and forces the turnover, and there's the dump. Strozak leaves it off for Brits, a little miscommunication. "12 seconds left on the power play." Waconia didn't really get a whole lot set up on that one. See if they can get one quick before time expires. Berger able to get the puck low. Brockmeyer making a play off the wall. Still able to get it past the point. Pena looking at options. Saw the middle wasn't open, went back to the wall. And the puck comes into the neutral zone. Back in the Wildcat end. Here's a chance for the Stormhawks. Pass low, a nice give and go. Cut to the middle by the Stormhawks. Shot and a goal. Looked like a nice move off the wall by the Stormhawks, and a shot on net. May have been a little bit of a screen on Scarlett Smith. Ended up in the back of the net. Stormhawks jump out to a 2-1 lead. 10:02 left in the second period. Josie Pett's backhand grip on the faceoff. The tie up. It's play by Clemens. Warding off the attack. McLean holding the puck on the wall. Pett stepping in to help. Pass off the goal line. Move back from the defenseman by the Stormhawks to cycle back to the point. Maybe another offsides. Number 21, Kristen Strozak taking the draw. Puck's going to come into the Stormhawks end. And back out in the neutral zone. Here's Pena. Trying to navigate through the ref's feet. Puck is going to go into the Wildcats' end. Brits wins the race to it. Puck played off the back wall. And thrown across ice by the Stormhawks. Brits had man pass, a breakout pass to Berger. And played into the corner. Here's Arapena. Behind the Waconia net, traveling up the wall. Cuts to the middle. Pena has a little bit of room. She's going to pass the puck ahead to Strozak beyond her reach and played out into the neutral zone. Schneider passed to Berger. Berger's able to gain the zone, and the Stormhawks chip it back out. Pena, nice spin move on the regroup. Pass to Brits. They'll change spots. Brits to Berger. Berger cuts back to the blue line. Puck protect. Pass on the blue line. Thrown deep. Here's Strozak. Shot from the slot. And a ricochet. It's going to bounce in on net. Shot on goal. Going to be the 11th of the evening for the Wildcats. Wildcats leading the shots on goal category 11-7. I like this look for Brooklyn Hen, getting a little bit of time at the face-off dot. Puck drops, Hen plays it ahead to Brockmeyer. Poke check by Hen, but played ahead by the Stormhawks and through the neutral zone. There's a shot from the top of the circle. Rebound's going to go to the sidewall. Nice save by Scarlett Smith. Hen keeps the attack on. Evasive move by the defender for the Stormhawks, and just pass through the neutral zone and a dump. Seraphin on the tie-up. Has Hen stepping into support. Comes number 16, Grace McLean. McLean cuts middle, looks for Brink. Stormhawk shot on Smith, and Smith will direct that one to the sidewall. Rebound picked up by McLean. McLean will shovel it ahead to Brink. And played through the neutral zone. Seraphin hustles back to it. Created a little bit of space there. That Hen stepping into on the back check. And Wildcats will clear. A couple forwards to go off for a shift for Waconia. They step onto the ice. Nice pass right back to him. Shot on the ice by Betts is on goal and covered. Yeah, you got to like that when the opposing team player throws the puck in the direction of the bench and you have two players stepping on the ice fresh. Good way to start a shift. Pass gift wrapped. There's Betts. Betts won the draw back to Pena. Played up the wall, met by Pena, who was pinching. Breakout pass connecting. Pass through the neutral zone doesn't. Betts read it. Intercepted it. Here's Smith. Addie Smith. Shot going to split the defenders. Make it down below the goal line. Played off the glass by the Stormhawks. See if there's icing on the play. I believe there will be. 6:13 remaining in the second period. And on the draw. Runs it back to the point. Chaska players coming off the line really quick. They're able to gain possession, gain the zone. Driving wide. Tack's pushed off by Seraphin. The players collide, look like Schneider and number 14 for the Stormhawks. Here come the Wildcats on a 2-on-1 chance. Offsides. Offsides. That was the right call. I do have to give it to the referee. On a scoring chance like that, you got to make the right call. Teams waste no time getting to the face-off dot. Draw won by the Stormhawks, and they move through the neutral zone. Berger playing tight on the puck. Stuck with it. She's going to dump. Hen's going to chase. They've gotten a piece of the pass. To slow it down a little bit, Stormhawks come back and they cross into Wildcat territory. Shot pad save by Smith. Second shot attempt. Up to the net front. Smith made that one too. Nice pass by Brink to Spring Strozak. Strozak to Simonson, or sorry, Brockmeyer. Here's Brockmeyer's shot. Going to go high off the glass. Brink pulls it off the wall. Puck comes to the net front. Played down below the goal line and off the back wall by the Stormhawks. Puck goes back behind the net. Here's Strozak to meet it. Centering pass is going to head to the point. Flame got it. Shot on goal. It's down below the goal line. Like a centering in the pass by Brink. She's already got one nice assist on the evening. Back checking Brockmeyer creates a turnover. Pass is going to go through the neutral zone and into the Stormhawks' end. Pass picked up by Strozak. Cuts to the middle. Shot and pad save. Another shot by Brink. Just wide of the net. Into the corner and up the wall. Waconia down a goal late in the second, looking to get the tying goal. And going to the intermission all locked up. A shot by McLean. It's frozen. 4:08 remaining. Pat Smith, we're waiting to get our third forward out on the ice. Apologies, we got Simonson there. Pena and Britz at D. Puck drops, face-off won by the Stormhawks. Pass off the back wall. And make it up to a breakout wing, and they will throw it in. I think I missed something looking at the camera. Coach Crest, or Trainer Crest, hopefully he was watching that one. Some friendly fire. Pet's on the draw, wins it to Simonson. Played up the wall to Britz, and Britz will chip it deep. Here's Smith. Wraparound attempt. Shot on the goal! Eddie Smith! T-Bone Smith on the goal! Picked up the puck off the back wall and got around to the side of the net and tucked it in. Wraparound goal and a tying goal. There we go. Wildcats get the equalizer. Might as well get the go-ahead goal, too, while you're at it. Pats kicks it ahead. Stormhawks able to gain possession, pass it through the neutral zone. Here's from Matka. Plenty of chances. Backhand pass to the slot. Puck bounces away, thrown in on Scarlett Smith. Rebound goes to the back wall. Picked up and carried to the middle. That'll squeak over the blue line. Stormhawks have to tag up. The Chaska Chanhassen fans are not very happy with the referee on that call. I believe that the offsides call was made before the puck even crossed back into the zone. So we may be going for a record offsides in this game. If you're getting close to the record, you just keep calling them. Wasn't even close. I wonder if Guinness, like the Guinness Book of World Records, is here on site. Coaches for CCHA getting a little bit of clarification. Referees are conversing. Yeah, we're good. We're good. In their defense, there's been a lot of plays around the blue line. It happens. Nice play by Brooklyn Henn. Henn tripped up. Schneider's shot and a goal! Look at that. That's how you do it. You go ahead with the tying goal and the go-ahead goal within a minute of each other. Sydney Schneider striking for the Wildcats, getting the go-ahead goal. A shout out to Brooklyn Henn on that one as well, putting a little bit of hard work in and getting tripped up. Got that puck to Schneider. Schneider got all alone and buries. Turning of the tides here. Another poke check by Henn. Carried away by the Stormhawks, though. They stay on the puck. Chance for Schumacher. Shot saved by Smith. Puck lay vacant along the side of the net. Sylvia Berger stepping back for Waconia to help out the defensive core. Cross ice pass. Pull the Stormhawks out to the neutral zone. Puck comes back into Wildcat end. Cross ice pass to Seraphin. Seraphin plays it in the neutral zone. And Brockmeyer on the back check. She'll force a turnover and gain possession. Number 11, Ella Brockmeyer, met in the corner. Looks like a player for the Stormhawks lost an edge. Brockmeyer gave her a nice hip toss, playing strong on the puck. Wildcats may have a little bit extra jump in their step, getting the lead. Good tie up by Brockmeyer. Seraphin plays the puck in the neutral zone. Neutral zone regroup by the Stormhawks. Berger staying on the attack. The puck's going to be dumped by the Stormhawks. Seraphin collects behind the net. So we're going to have a tripping call. Ramatka was going for it. A little bit too much a stick. Face off in the Wildcat end. 1:42 left in the period. I think it's time for a short-handed goal. You got the personnel to do it, too. Strozak's already got one. She's taking the draw. We have Brockmeyer on the ice as well. Britz and Pena. Sounds like a goal. Cycle to the dot. Here's a shot. There's traffic. Centering pass. Caught a pair of skates. Played up the wall to the point. Cycle down to the corner for the Stormhawks. Pass off the back wall. Move to the opposite wall. Stormhawks set up. Pass low ball of the goal line. Centering pass is off the side of the wall. Travels to the point. held in. Pass to the top of the circle, shot high off the glass. Strozak can hustle to it and clear the zone. Brockmeyer comes back to help. Loose puck comes to Britz. Britz will clear. And here comes Kristen Strozak. Just across the 1 minute mark. Strozak picks up the puck off the wall, spins back. Puck is still loose. And we'll get a freeze. Wildcats almost got a shorty there. Strozak on a 1-on-3. Just bobbing and weaving behind the net and got one right along the side of the post. If you can get that off the goalie's skate, maybe it ends up in the back of the net. Henn and Schneider, penalty killers. Tie up by number 15, Henn. Carried away by the Stormhawks. Stormhawks make it a scoring chance. Brooklyn Henn. Clear is successful. That'll burn off some time on the power play and time off the clock. It's past the 30-second mark. Nice hustle by Henn, creates the turnover. Puck comes up the wall. Broken out by the Stormhawks. There's a cut to the middle. Clemens got enough of the stick. Referees are saying it's not a hook. Chaska Chan fans are a little bit perturbed by it, but we play on. Pass is going to come through the neutral zone, and that'll be the remainder of the time running off the clock. That'll do it for 2 periods. Wildcats get the equalizer and the go-ahead goal. Close look at the team as they skate off the ice. Good start for Waconia. Take a short break. We'll come back for the 3rd period. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Our Thursday night matchups between the Waconia Wildcats and the Chaska Chanhassen Stormhawks. We'll talk to you in a couple. Is this thing on? This thing's on? All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We get a quick intermission interview. I just had to put down my chicken nuggets and my double shot energy drink. Pretty wired, so I'm just going to turn it over to the girls. Thanks for stopping by. What's going on? What's new?
Nothing's new. I'm going to take this one.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Nothing's new, actually. What do we have? We have a game at 7 o'clock against Chaska. And last time they planned us on their senior night on a Saturday, and we beat them 4-3 in overtime, so I expect to win again. Yep. Thoughts? Yeah. We're so excited. Yep. Very excited. We're so hyped.
Yes.
We did run by their team, and I was a little nervous, but that's okay. They all just kind of stare. They're so judgy. They're intimidating. They're so judgy. Sorry.
You guys have been having a great season. They've been having a great season. I think it's a 9-8 team playing against a 9-1 team.
Yeah.
So it should be a pretty physical matchup. Pretty even all the way through, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's good to be home, though, right?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Finally get a stretch of home games.
Yeah.
How do you guys handle these 2-hour bus rides?
We don't. I sleep. I sleep.
You sleep?
As much as I can.
Sleep on the way there.
Sleep on the way there.
Sleep on the way back.
Yeah. Does anybody really get car sick on the bus?
No, I mean, I'm surprised though because when we're on the bus with Grundy, we're like,
we're like
it's
up and
so
down.
bad. Like we fly out of our seat. I feel like
Yeah, I've heard he's like Vin Diesel. He can just throw the e-brake on it, turn it sideways, a little bit of Tokyo drift.
I don't think nothing will beat on our way to our Minneapolis game when the whole windshield
it was
frozen. Couldn't even see out of it.
We were like St. Bonnie and 2 cars went in the ditch.
Yeah, that was a heck of a drive.
That was a
but hey, we're home today. And I believe you guys on the road this weekend?
Yeah, St. Paul.
St. Paul. So the Two Rivers, something or another. I believe they used to be Henry Sibley back in my day. But, well, all right. Well, thanks for stopping by, guys. Good luck. All right. All right, we're within a minute, and buzzer has just sounded. Players are going to head back out on the ice. Here come our Wildcats. Followed by the Chaska Stormhawks. Evenly matched up teams, second time they've met this season. Both Waconia Wildcats, JV and varsity, came out on top in those matchups. Close games either way, and got another close one on our hands here. Just tuning in, Wildcats were down a couple goals to start the game, came back, tied it, and got the go-ahead goal late in the second period. Some stellar goaltending out of number 1, Scarlett Smith. Looking pretty sharp. Smith taking her spot in the net. Wildcats will be shorthanded for another 18 seconds. Penalty killers will be Sydney Schneider, Kristen Strozak, with Addie Smith and Grace McLean at D. Strozak wins the draw to Schneider. Schneider's going to play it to the wall. Picked up and carried into the zone by the Stormhawks. Pass off the goal line, shot, and a goal. And that's the tying goal. Stormhawks wasting no time. I think all of 11 seconds into the third period, they get a power play goal. A wall pick up in the neutral zone, drive wide, and a pass off the goal line. And a player driving to the net hard. Yeah, a tie game. I don't think this will be all the goals for today. I think we're going to get a few more. Well, Brockmeyer will step onto the ice, make it 5-on-5. Brits and Seraphin will take their places at defense. Puck drops. The referees thought a player went in a little bit too early. We'll see if anybody gets kicked out of the dot. We're just going to get a reset and a do-over. Puck drops. Face-off won by Strozak. Here's Leah Britz. Pass ahead to Sydney Schneider. Schneider to Strozak. Strozak will play it into the corner. Strozak centering pass, shot by Brockmeyer. Pad save. Rebound comes out to the high slot and carried out of the zone by the Stormhawks. Strozak on the, Seraphin on the poke check. Puck bounced to Britz. Britz pass to Strozak. Ahead to Schneider. Turnover forced in the neutral zone. Pick up on the wall by Strozak. Carried in. And hung up on the wall. Seraphin will dump. Strozak lone forward out on the ice right now. Players coming out for a shift. That's Josie Petz coming in and Raven Brink. Nice play by Leah Britz to get the puck deep. Play high to Seraphin. Seraphin plays it off the wall. We're rimmed down behind the net to Brink. Brink centering pass. But Strozak cut into the net. That kid just got Brooklyn. Here's Leah Britz. A little miscommunication coming back into the zone. Wildcats able to recover. Picked up in the neutral zone and dumped by Brink. Puck will rim along the wall to the opposite side wall. Picked up by Brooklyn Hen. Carried to the middle. And nice read by Josie Petz. Puck moves through the neutral zone into Wildcat end. No icing, says the referee. Smart play by McLean to reverse it to Clemens. Brink crosses the red line. And backhand chip pass to Penn. Here's Addie Smith. Pass to Brooklyn Hen. Shot. Pad save and rebound to the corner. Here's Addie Clemens. Clemens moves to the wall, spins back. Throws a pass to the middle. Doesn't connect. Breakout pass is successful. And Back checking Addie Smith forces the turnover. Seraphin chips it to the sidewall. Pass by Clemens to Simonson. Clemens pass off the wall to Smith, and that one has enough to get out of the zone. Here's a chance for Strozak, rolling puck. Strozak calms it down, makes a move to her forehand, pad save. Rebound carried away by the defense for the Stormhawks. Leah Britz from her knees, pass to Seraphin. Seraphin starts up ice, moves up the boards, fights through a stick check. Seraphin's pass to Strozak. Strozak was tied up. Brockmeyer was able to get the puck deep momentarily and played through the neutral zone to Britz. Britz turns up ice. Pinned on the wall right in front of the Stormhawks bench. Rimmed around the wall. Schneider's going to head it off. Short pass to Brockmeyer. Brockmeyer met on the wall. Stick gets tied up. And Brockmeyer stays on the attack. There's Leah Britz on the pinch. Clearing attempt is met at the blue line. And started up ice by the Stormhawks. Playing pass up the wall to Schneider. And Schneider, that one popped up into her jersey. She carries it out, and she's moving through the neutral zone. Here's Sid Schneider looking to the middle of Brooklyn Hen. Pass just picked off. The Stormhawks move through the neutral zone with speed, drive to their backhand. Just cut to the middle. Good stick by Grace McLean to prevent that shot from getting taken. Rosie Petz for the Wildcats. Fighting through a back check. Moves across ice to Clemens. Clemens ahead to Hen. Hen ridden off the puck. There's Raven Brink coming on a back check. Brink will regroup to Seraphin. A strong forecheck by the Stormhawks. Off the rim's low. Player steps on the puck, loses her edge. Clemens takes advantage of it. Tie up in the corner, carried away by the Stormhawks, sticked away by Scarlett Smith. Raven Brink will clear. That's off of a Stormhawk defender's skates and traverse the distance of the ice. Reversed by the defenseman, played up the wall into the neutral zone territory. I want to make it past Britz. Britz will hustle back. Meets it in the goal line. Here's the tie-up. Wildcats need to get another forward coming back, and they do. And Seraphin trying to kick it out of the pile. Stormhawk players down. Looks like the Wildcats have a chance to get it out of the scrum. Seraphin successful. They had a body checking call on the Stormhawks. Seraphin got tossed. She's stretching it out. She's on her feet and good to go. 2 minutes on the clock. Wildcats get the man advantage with 9:01 left in regulation. All tied up here in Waconia Thursday night matchup. Brooklyn Hen on the draw for Waconia. Wins the draw back to the point. Here's Grace McLean. Fans on the shot. Carried back out the neutral zone, or played in the neutral zone. Addie Clemens. Able to gain the zone, and here's the clear by the Stormhawks. Rolling puck, calmed down by McLean. McLean pulls up. Cross ice pass to Smith. Hen is going to have to hustle to it to hold the zone. Stormhawks clear. 1:24 left on the power play. Britz will dump. Smith is going to give chase. Played hard off the wall and chipped out. I think at this point it's like Wildcat defensemen. If they have some room, just carry the puck into the zone. Stormhawks are camping out on the blue line just like this. Successful Leah Britz. Wraparound attempt. Pulled in and covered. Well, that's honestly, I mean, it's a minute and 1 second into the power play, and Wildcats get their first scoring opportunity. Britz just takes it. If it's open, keep doing it. Gain the zone and set up. Here's Strozak, Schneider, and Brockmeyer with their turn. Puck is going to clear. Britz gets a piece of it. She'll have to hustle back. Has a player going hard to the puck. McLean steps in to help. Britz will play it along the wall. Net by the Stormhawks. Played ahead by Strozak to Schneider. Here comes Schneider. Loads up a shot. Blocker save. That's going to go up into the netting. Left-handed shot. Sid Schneider, she can bend it. And once that stick comes back and pops that puck off, it's coming off pretty hot. Deceptive shot. Play to the point. Clemens from the wall plays it low. Rolling puck behind the Stormhawk net. Picked up by Brockmeyer, carried away by Strozak. Here's the wraparound attempt. Go wide of the net, carried away by Hramatka. This kid has some room. She can skate. Drives wide on her forehand, centering pass. Does connect. The last seconds of the power play are going to expire. Stormhawks are even strength. Clemens plays it in the corner to McLean. McLean ships off the wall. That'll go to the point to the Stormhawks. Going to the net front, intercepted by Strozak. Loose puck comes to Strozak. She'll cross out of the Wildcat zone. Net at the red line. Puck poke checked away. Good play by 13 Clemens. 6:30 left on the clock. Puck is played off the ice and through the Stormhawk bench. Get a neutral zone face-off. Coming down the home stretch, Wildcats still ahead on shots on goal, 20-14. Puck drops. Penn sticks with it. Puck comes to Brink. Chipped into the zone and back out. Stormhawks. They'll dump and they'll give chase. They win the race to the first touch. Puck rolls behind the net. Seraphin attempting to push up the wall to Petz. Picked up by Penn and poke checked away. There's Avon Schumacher. The pass is going to go through the net front. Picked up on the wall by Brink. Brink met at the blue line. Up comes the number 33. Toe saved by Scarlett Smith. Keeps the leg on the ice. I don't know how she does stuff like that. I think she saved it with her toe and just kept her toe on the ice. Smith keeping it knotted up. 3-3. 5:45 left on the clock. Wildcats win the draw. I believe that was Kristen Strozak. Wins it back to Clemens. Clemens evades a couple forecheckers. Breakout pass to Smith. Smith met on the wall. Here's centering pass. Stick save by Scarlett Smith. Addie Clemens plays it to T-Bone Smith. Thrown up the wall. And thrown back deep. Here's Grace McLean. Breakout pass is going to split the defenseman and end up as a shot on goal. Played ahead. Here comes Addie Smith. We're backhand for a pass at Strozak, maybe going to the net. Loose puck carried away, thrown through the neutral zone, intercepted by Addie Clemens. Short pass to McLean. McLean will play it ahead. Chip off the Stormhawk stick and carried back into the Wildcat end. Shot caught a piece of McLean, careens into the corner. Good poke check by Leah Britz. Wildcats getting their personnel changed up. Loose puck intercepted by Ellie Simonson. Simonson will dump. No icing, says the referee. Brooklyn Hen on the attack. Got a stick lift, and goalie went to cover it. Had Brockmeyer going hard to the net. Greasy goals count. See what the Wildcats can do. Brooklyn Hen playing heavy on the puck. Loose puck to Schneider. Schneider, shot, hits traffic, goes to the corner. Schneider picks it up again, centering pass. Brockmeyer is there. Another chance for Hen, another chance for Schneider. Puck seemed pretty loose to me. He get the call and get the whistle. Puck drops, good tie-up by Hen. And Stormhawks defense jumping up in the play, starting to break out themselves. Nice cut to the middle. Shots off of Britz's shin pads, picked up by Schneider. Catches her edges on the back door. Puck comes back, played off the side of the net. Shot is going to be high and over the netting. Over the net, off the glass. Here comes Brooklyn Hen. Wasting no time for Waconia. She'll veer off for a change. Seraphin picked off the pass. She was across the red line. She dumps. No icing. That one will come back out in the neutral zone. Raven Brink will regroup with the Grace McLean. McLean's pass off the wall, looking for a spring. Strozak, puck tied up in front of the Stormhawk bench. Tanaka chips around Clemens. Tied up, shot. Nice save by Scarlett Smith. Fans for Chaska Chan are yelling hook. I've never seen a fan, actually I take that back. I've seen a fan from the stands convince a referee of a penalty once. One time. 45 years. Defensive zone face-off for the Wildcats. Won by the Stormhawks. Here's a shot, blocked by Strozak. Loose puck carried away by Petz. Crosses the red line, she'll dump. Kristen Strozak played it to Petz. Petz goes to the point. McLean recovers. He'll be able to stay on it. Chips the puck. It's still a 50-50. It will cross into neutral zone territory. Puck and Brink skates. And the Wildcats able to hold possession. 2:30 left in the game. Here's Addie Smith. Stormhawks on the back check. Driving into Wildcat territory. Here's Ellie Simonson. Goes shoulder to shoulder. Net on the wall. Here's a Strozak, chips it deep. Let's move off of the goal line, and Stormhawks are out of the zone. Britt steps up. This puck comes to Seraphin. Seraphin will play it to Brockmeyer right in front of the Waconia bench. Stormhawks tag up. Puck picked up by Seraphin. Seraphin to Hen. Hen, big left-handed shot. She'll take it. It gets partially blocked. Loose puck to the corner. Brockmeyer pinned on the wall. There's Hen on the back check. Look up that pass. Brockmeyer to Britz. Britz goes up the wall to Hen. Brockmeyer is first attacker for the Waconia Wildcats. Hen pulls the puck off the wall, stays with it. Puck poke checked away. Bouncing puck. Nice glove save by Scarlett Smith to keep her concentration on it. Play it to her defensive partners. And here's Hen, long shift, but playing physical. Poke check by McLean. Puck picked up by the point. Shot saved by Scarlett Smith. Rebound off the side of the net. Bouncing puck. Here's another shot from the point. Smith lost her stick. See if one of her defensemen can go get it for her. Here's a shot deflected off of McLean. Smith makes a save. Another pad save by Scarlett. Schneider reads it, goes back to help Scarlett. Here's a block by Hen. Hen will dump it and be an icing. It picked off by the goaltender. I would have taken the offensive zone faceoff, but nonetheless, we've got 7 seconds left on the clock. Wildcats need to get the puck out of the zone or hang on tight. Seraphin skates it up and able to get it out of the zone. We'll get some extra hockey, I believe. Scarlett Smith, what can you say? Loses the stick. It's behind the net. No way to get to it. And gets a couple pad saves. Who needs a stick? A short 2-minute break before we head back to the dot and finish this one up. I see the Waconia High School band is setting up in the corner. Saw some easels and some music getting set out, and figured something might have been happening here. Now the instruments have shown up. Wonder if they take requests. Teams will change ends. Looks like we are going to have a 4-on-4, or wait, oh, sorry, 5-on-5. Playing it straight up the way the game was meant to be. I think I heard or read something in the World Juniors that the overtimes are settled by 3-on-3 play in overtime, and it's just when you play the whole tournament 5-on-5 and to have it end in kind of it's a gimmicky way, I guess, but good to see that they're playing it straight up 5-on-5 hockey. Puck drops, tie up off the draw. Over 5 minutes on the clock. Stormhawks dump. McLean hustles back. It takes a favorable bounce off the back wall. Played ahead by Brockmeyer to Strozak. Strozak driving wide, moving the puck to the middle, and that's intercepted. Played up the sidewall and behind Clemens and into the neutral zone. Grace McLean cuts back to the wall. Finds Schneider. Schneider tips it ahead to Strozak. Here comes Strozak from the backhand. Shot. Rebounds there. Brockmeyer got a whack at it. Covered up. Got running time. Get to the dot. Get to the dot. Hustle up. Exciting play by Strozak. Had Brockmeyer coming in on the rebound. About 20 seconds running off the clock. On these resets, puck drops back to Britz. Britz will throw it low. Pets picks it up in the corner, throws the puck to the middle. Here's Seraphin, slap shot. Didn't get quite enough on it. Carried out of the zone, and good back check by Josie Petz. Here's Brink. Brink plays it ahead. Has Brooklyn Hen on the attack. Hen pins a player on the wall. Picked up right around the hash marks by Chaska Chan. Played through the neutral zone. Here's Olivia Seraphin. Cuts to the middle. Puck poke checked away. Has Petz coming back to help. Brink is going to throw it into the into the Waconia bench. It looked like she almost got it's either Brandt or Charbonneau. Yeah, pucks hurt a little bit more when you're not wearing pads. Face off at center ice. Puck drops. Simonson will play it ahead. Pass into the neutral zone. Picked off by Strozak. Strozak to Simonson. Simonson turns back to her forehand. Has it. Moves to the middle. Loads up a shot. That's going to be high and over the net. Rebound. A loose puck picked up by Strozak. Centering pass to the slot. Puck comes to the point. Seraphin throws it low. Here's a pad save. Rebound comes to Simonson. Simonson looks middle. Puck carried away by the Stormhawks. Stormhawks with a chance. Move from backhand to forehand. And through the wickets, and that's going to be it. Stormhawks win in overtime. Get the 4-3 win. Heartbreaker here, just a zone entry, simple zone entry, and got Smith moving from left to right. And puck just went through the 5-hole, but heck of a game by both teams. Amazing work by both goalies. Good saves all the way down the stretch. Entertaining game here to get us started for our first of 2 matchups between these clubs. All right, we'll leave the audio on for the handshake line and end our broadcast. We'll come back at 7 o'clock for the varsity game. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
26. Jasmine Gannon. 238 seconds.
Yep.